A major winter storm hits the Bluegrass State, bringing more snow than we've seen in more than a decade. As the snow continues to fall, road conditions are getting worse. We have team coverage now on WKYT News at 4.
Busy afternoon, as you would expect here in the First Alert Weather Center, as we continue to track the heavy snow across central and eastern Kentucky with updated totals just ahead.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon on this WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. I'm Jennifer Palumbo out here in the WKYT Weather Garden, where you can see the snow continues to fall here in Lexington and across the region. We have numerous school closings and business closings for tomorrow. Fayette County Public Schools have already called off for Tuesday. I'm going to show you right now, the snow started this morning. As of 4 o'clock this afternoon, our WKYT Rules Winter Ruler, 9 inches here in the backyard of the station, and those totals are only going to grow. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has been tracking this storm since last week, and he joins us now with a look at what's to come next. And Chris, we haven't seen these kind of snow totals in 15 years. Yeah,
actually going back to 1998, Jennifer, exactly right. Many areas now checking in with 10+ inches. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell joining me now. Jim, this is a doozy of a snowstorm for the entire state of Kentucky, actually.
Yeah, we've been getting reports from all across the Commonwealth where people are at a foot or above or just below it. This is big.
This is big, and we still have a lot more to go through. I just had a report, by the way, on Twitter out of Richmond of 13 inches of snow in Madison County, and that would kind of match up with the forecast we had for those folks. And let's show you what is happening now and yet to come. Right now, we're looking at our live sky cam, and I can tell you, at least based on the sky cam, this is the heaviest snow we've had the entire day based on the visibilities here at the station on Winchester Road, Hamburg Pavilion in the distance. Richmond, Campton, along the Mountain Parkway here, Frankfort, and Georgetown, and all 4 cams showing the snowy conditions, and it is coming down at a brisk pace. Winter storm warning continues for the entire Bluegrass State. Now, I'm talking additional snowfall on top of what you already have where you live. So this isn't the storm total. This is what I think is still to fall as we go through the next several hours. Look at southeastern Kentucky into the eastern part of the state, where we are getting reports of 8, 9, 10, 11 inches already. You may pick up an additional 4, 5, 6, or even as much as 8 inches of snow. Lexington Bluegrass region, another 2, 3, or 4 inches to come. Farther west and northwest that would go, we'll taper that off to 1 to 2 additional inches. That will put many of us into central and eastern Kentucky into the double-digit range, and in a lot of cases well over a foot of snow. Live First Alert Defender, snow continues to come at us from southwest to northeast. Heavier snows around the Moorhead area, trying to lighten up a little bit here from Frankfort north and northwest, but another little band of some snow is going to try to fill in on the back side of that. Here's the view across Lexington, where obviously roads are just snow covered across the entire area. Fayette County reports ranging anywhere now from 9 to as many as 11 inches from what I've been seeing. Down the Bluegrass Parkway, totals around a foot into parts of Hardin County, into Nelson County. 13-inch total coming out of Richmond a little earlier. Southern Kentucky, we had to deal with a little sleet right along the Tennessee border counties over the past little bit. Should go back over to snow, but that will eat into some of the totals a little bit. Southeastern Kentucky, I wouldn't be surprised if someone in this view doesn't pick up 18, 19, or 20 inches of snow. Still more to come toward the I-65 corridor, but seeing a little bit of a break now into western Kentucky. But still, everything is coming at us from southwest to northeast, so at least several more hours of steadier snows across central and eastern Kentucky. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell joining me again. And Jim, the impacts from this storm, wide-reaching, not just the snow, but the cold as well.
And the thing about it is, Chris, they're all going to be off the charts because travel is going to be extremely dangerous. Snow, we've got a lot, and even more to come on top of a lot that we have already. And then you settle in with the cold, and it's going to get terrible out there as we head into the overnight and into the day tomorrow with those wind chills at least. We will recover a little bit, but cold out there tonight. Look at some of these. We're all the way into the high category. Across the board, travel, snow, cold. Those are the 3 things that we look at for you tonight. Very tough stuff. By the way, official number just coming in from Bluegrass Airport, 8 inches of snow out there, Chris. Here at the station, 9 inches. Now, of course, you're going to get varying reports all throughout the area, but the official report over there, 8 inches. But the snow continues to fall over there as well. As you can see here with our 24-hour planner, a lot more snow expected out there throughout the evening hours as we'll track more of those heavy bands, Chris.
All right, and important to note as well, Jim, on this 24-hour planner, look at your temperature tomorrow morning. 0. A few areas may try to come in a little below 0. So we're following this up with Arctic air, and I've got historic numbers coming your way later this week in terms of the record cold. Those temperatures may hit double-digit numbers below 0 later this week. We'll track it all coming up a little later on.
Thanks, Chris. And it's a winter wonderland out here at the station off Winchester Road, but it is a nightmare if people are out on the roads. The snow is falling so fast that road crews are having a tough time keeping up and getting the roads cleared. Nearly all of them are snow covered across the region. We want to give you a live look now at downtown Lexington. Police have been busy all day dealing with crashes and stranded drivers. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray called a news conference for 4:15 and down a lot of roads in Lexington right now is the residue that's left behind from the snow plows. The weather is making it practically impossible for crews to keep the roads clear. Streets and Roads Deputy Director Rob Allen tells us they can't lay salt down right now because of the conditions, and that crews are focusing mainly on plowing and getting the excess snow off the streets. At last check, Lexington police told us they had helped more than 200 drivers who got stuck in the snow today. In addition to the motorist assist, police tells us they've dealt with more than 20 non-injury crashes, and that's just in Lexington alone. Now, Chris was talking earlier about southern Kentucky. It doesn't have quite as much snow as we have here, but that's because it's also dealing with sleet. WKYT's Sean Moody continues our team coverage now with a look at the conditions in Corbin.
Well, for a couple of hours out here in Corbin, sleet was falling instead of snowflakes. It's been causing some headaches, but people here are dealing with it. Most of the way from Lexington to Corbin, I-75 was just a mess. Snow plows were working, but the snow covered the roads just as quickly as the trucks cleared them. Kentucky State Police say they worked a lot of fender benders and cars that had slid off the road, but they say there were no serious injuries. Corbin was quiet throughout the day. There was some traffic downtown, but not much. A few of the businesses, like this drugstore, were open. Jonathan Metters said it meant a lot to their customers that they worked through the storm.
So, yeah, they seem to be very thankful for us, and I guess it kind of makes them feel good, they can rely on people who are open there for them. So.
Now, I mentioned that sleet had been falling for a couple of hours this afternoon. It is changing back over now to snow. In Corbin, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Thank you, Sean. And this winter storm is also causing some travel problems in the air. Bluegrass Airport in Lexington has had more than a dozen canceled flights today out of places including Detroit, Charlotte, Atlanta, and Dallas. So if you are planning to travel, be sure to check with your airline before heading out. And for the latest flight information, you can just go to bluegrassairport.com. Now, we've been asking for you to send us your photos using the hashtag WKYTRulesWinter. Let's take a look at some of the photos we've gotten. Here's a shot from Amanda. She sent this of the snow piled on top of her car in Lexington this morning. And this is a look at the conditions in Richmond. Our viewers there have reported anywhere from 10 inches to a foot of snow in Madison County as well. And we also have WKYT producer Rachel Hoops, who snapped this shot in her backyard of her dog from this morning. Back then, the WKYT ruler measured 3 inches of snow. Don't forget, you can share your pictures and video with us on our WKYT Facebook and Twitter accounts. Just use the hashtag WKYTRulesWinter. And across much of the country, it looks and feels like winter. The Boston area is expected to get even more snow this week, while several states are dealing with dangerously cold temperatures. Rick Leventhal has the latest now from Massachusetts.
Massive piles of snow line the streets of Boston. Cars, buses, and people forced to share smaller slices of roads, while icicles and drifts dangerously weigh down roofs. Sunday's storm dumping more than a foot on the already blanketed city.
We've had 7.5 feet of snow, since January 23rd. That's 96.3 inches. Now we'll close it, which puts us in the #2 category of all-time snow in the history of Boston.
And sub-zero cold has put much of the region in a deep chill. Freezing temperatures causing problems for crews at the scene of this West Philadelphia building fire. The spray from fire hoses freezing on power lines and utility poles. New York's Bryant Park Fountain is a block of ice, and people in the city are bundling up against the elements.
Actually, I'm wearing 3 layers for now, so.
3?
Yeah. Layers, it helps.
Southern and Midwest states also feeling the chill. A wintry mix falling in Tennessee. Up to 15 inches of snow could come down in central Kentucky. And North Carolina's governor declaring a state of emergency ahead of expected wintry conditions there.
Our goal, again, like last year, is to be over-prepared and hopefully underwhelmed by this storm. But there is still a lot of uncertainty, and conditions will vary across the state.
Boston's mayor asking people for patience as the plowing and the digging out continues, but there's a lot of work left to be done, and more storms are on the way. In Boston, Rick Leventhal.
This just into the WKYT newsroom. Governor Steve Beshear has declared a state of emergency for Kentucky. So that means that local communities are eligible to ask for help from the state if they need it. And in the meantime, Lexington is responding to this major winter storm. Mayor Jim Gray has called for a news conference set to begin at 4:15. And when that happens, we will bring it to you live next on WKYT News at 4.
Snow continues to really come down, getting some blowing snow now here at the station on Winchester Road. Heavy bursts will continue for at least a few more hours. We'll show you how much additional accumulation you can expect and the record cold that follows in a moment.
Welcome back to WKYT News at 4. We want to go now to downtown Lexington. Mayor Jim Gray is briefing the media on the city's response to this major winter storm. Let's listen in now.
All right. Thank you all for joining us today. After a day of watching snow fall and fall and fall, one thing is clear: this storm may break records, but it will not break Lexington's citizens' spirit. Our citizens have done a great job today in helping keep our city safe. We asked citizens to stay off the roads where possible, and they have. As a result, the number of accidents has been reasonably low. The forecasters say that we've got a hard week ahead of us, but our citizens are out there helping one another get past this storm's challenges. They are taking care of neighbors and those who need help. In this bitter cold, they are doing all the things that make Lexington a special place to live. Now, I'd like to give a few updates on our storm and the condition. Since early morning, street crews plowed as they watched more and more snow fall. Crews plan to continue plowing into the night. This is a continuous plowing operation. They're working around the clock on 12-hour shifts. I will closely monitor conditions overnight in order to determine whether or not to elevate emergency status in order to make it possible to plow more efficiently. I'm asking anyone with a vehicle parked on major roadways to voluntarily move their vehicles to help our road crews clear the streets. There will be no waste collection on Tuesday. Our garbage trucks cannot safely negotiate residential streets covered with this much snow. It's just too dangerous with this heavy equipment. Most of the people who have called LexCall today, and LexCall is the city's call service, ask about waste management. So we're letting them know our plans for waste management. Now, police will again bring in extra crews on Tuesday and continue to have units available to transport hospital and emergency personnel where needed, to work with people who are at risk, such as those who are homeless, as well as to address traffic concerns, including covering the interstates. Now, just like the schools and the university, city offices will be closed Tuesday. Emergency services will operate as usual, And because non-emergency personnel will be out, tomorrow's council meeting will also be canceled. Shelters for the homeless are in place, and alerts have been distributed widely within the community and the press. 481 people stayed in a shelter last night. The good news is that the stretch of cold weather before the storm convinced a lot of our unsheltered folks to come on in before this storm. Cliff Felton, who is Kentucky Utilities statewide media relations manager, is here with us today. And Cliff says the company's operations have not been affected by the snow as yet. It has been a light and relatively fluffy snow, which is good because that kind of snow does not add weight to the electric lines. All right, we're happy to take any questions, and I'll call on some members of our team here today for some of the technical answers if we feel like we need them.
What's been one of the biggest challenges today?
Well, the accumulating snow and the pace of that accumulation has been a real challenge. It's something that is always prepared for, and that's why we have the quantity of equipment that we do have. That's what Albert Miller's role is as director of our Streets and Road Department. And Albert can tell you that he was up this morning at 3 o'clock. Actual crews began work at 1 a.m. and have been working continuously. So plowing, a continuous plowing operation. The brine solution was placed earlier, and rock salt was placed earlier as well.
You've been watching Lexington Mayor Jim Gray talking to the media about how the city is responding to this record-setting winter storm. He talked about the road crews, that they are working 12-hour shifts, will continue to work through the night. But throughout the day, the snow has been coming down so quickly that the crews are just having a hard time keeping up with the sheer volume of it. Also, we have been telling people throughout the day, if you don't need to be out on the roads, don't go out, because the conditions have continued to get worse throughout the day. Also, Lexington has canceled trash collection until further notice, and just one of the services being impacted by this winter storm. We'll have more from that news conference coming up on WKYT News. You're watching team coverage of the winter storm here on WKYT News at 4.
WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day continues as our massive winter storm rolls on across central and eastern Kentucky. Live view of the station here on Winchester Road, our weather garden in the back. We're calling it our snow garden as of right now. Now across the rest of the area, we'll look at our cams in Richmond, into Georgetown, Frankfort, and Campton. Everybody showing a similar scene with snow-covered roads out there and more in the way of flakes that are flying. Still a winter storm warning that'll take us into the overnight. Additional snow totals now into eastern Kentucky, on top of what you have, not the totals here. I'm talking about additional snow with these maps. 4 to 8 inches still to fall into parts of eastern Kentucky. 2 to 4 into the bluegrass region. We'll tell that off to 1 to 2 the farther west and northwest that we get. No matter how you slice it, additional accumulating snows are likely as we go into the evening. Starting to see a little bit of a break here across parts of northern Kentucky and into the western part of the state, but this little band of snow is going to try to work its way toward the southeast as we go into the evening, so we may try to see this fill back in for at least a little while into the middle and latter part of the evening. So we take you on a tour of Defender now into the I-64 corridor, into the bluegrass region, where we continue to have snow that is really peppering down across the Lexington area now. Southwest we go along the BG Parkway, snowing to beat the band. Had a 13-inch total a little bit ago. Out of Richmond, Berea, we're talking about a foot of snow. A little more in the way of sleet into far southern Kentucky over the past little bit, kind of cutting down some of those totals a little, but now you're making that transition back over to snow. Southeastern Kentucky snow. Here's the back edge of the leading band of snow, but notice there's still some lighter snow bands from Bowling Green back into the Paducah area, and I still think we may see that try to fill back in as we go into the next couple of hours. Moral of the story, it's still going to snow more as we go into the evening. The crazy thing about this, outside of getting a true snowstorm around here for the first time in 17 years, the fact that we're getting it with temperatures that did not stray from the low teens. It's 11 right now, Lexington, 10 into northeastern Kentucky. Wind chill Feels like it is -3 for the kids that are out there trying to play in the snow as of now. Where do we go from here? Actual temperatures, 7 o'clock, low teens, where we have that snow band slowly working across central and eastern Kentucky by 11 o'clock. And then look at tomorrow morning. If we can clear the skies, at least remotely, those numbers will jump towards 0 to 4 or 5 degrees below 0 first thing tomorrow morning. Southeastern Kentucky with a little more clouds. You may stay on the plus side. At that point, you're talking about +2 or -2, and not a big difference. Noontime tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Into the afternoon, we'll hug 20 degrees. We go into Wednesday. I think we're going to put more snow on the ground Wednesday. An additional inch, 2, maybe local 3 with an Arctic front that surges into town. And what comes behind that is just absolutely brutal by the time we go into Thursday morning. Many areas could be close to 10 to 15 degrees below normal. That's the actual thermometer without the wind chill for your Wednesday into Thursday morning. So the forecast tomorrow, chance for still a little leftover flake or 2. We'll see some partly sunny skies. It's just a very cold day at 20 degrees. We head into Wednesday and Thursday. How about a high temperature in the single digits around 5 with some record cold, a good likelihood as we go into Thursday morning, then again on Friday morning. Weekend has another snow system. It's going to try to make a run at us, especially as we go into Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. Temperatures will come up a little bit, but by then, after temps bottom out around 10, 15 below 0, maybe on a couple of mornings with wind chills 20 to 30 below 0, upper 20s and low 30s by the weekend. Will continue to feel like an out-and-out heat wave, at least relatively speaking. But we have a chance to put a little more snow on the ground on Wednesday, then again into the coming weekend. Not that we don't have a whole lot already out there, with snowfall totals ranging anywhere from across our region from as little as 6 or 7 inches and now getting reports of 12 and 13 inches into most areas, and more snow is still to fall. Of course, team coverage will take us right on through the evening right here on WKYT.
This is a very fine snow, as I throw it on myself, that continues to fall. It's not exactly great for throwing snowballs, but you know there is one group who is loving all this snow that we're getting today. Our own kid, Deanne Stevens, is out and about. She's at Veterans Park in Lexington.
We've had that also, so everybody just has to slow.
Hey, good afternoon, guys, from a very cold Veterans Park Hill. I can't believe the things that I do for my job. I'm telling you, check out all the sledders here. Are you guys having any fun? Yeah. Is it too cold to have fun? No, they say no for now. They haven't been here for very long, I don't think. Matt Schaefer is with us. Matt, you're out here all the time, bringing the kids out here. This is a great, fun activity. It's a little different today.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. It's a lot of fun. It's you know, you got to be quick. It can get dangerous if you're out too long, but it's good fun.
Our chief meteorologist, Chris Bailey, and all the guys in there that have been working so hard, they've been talking about how the snow is very different. It's more of like a dry snow. Does that make it harder for the sledders?
It's not the best snow sledding conditions, but
as we try to turn this way because the snow is slamming our face.
It's fun. It's coming down fast, so it can change pretty quick, but yeah, it's all in good fun memories for the kids.
That's what I was going to say. Us parents, we have to bring them out. It's not every day that we have a snow like this.
No, this is special for Kentucky. So.
Do you have any suggestions as far as the sleds go? Which the best one is to tackle the hills with? Which ones are working the best?
Seems like the larger plastic ones work pretty good. So.
The large plastic ones.
And some of the round ones.
Okay, so coming up at 4:50, we're going to take. Are you going to go down the hill with me, Matt Schaefer?
Whatever you need.
Whatever I need. He's just helping out here today. We're going to take on the sledding. We can't do an out-and-about segment without sledding ourselves. That's coming up at 4:50, and then we're getting out of here. All right, back to you guys.
Many children, of course, were already out of school today because of President's Day, but tens of thousands are getting another snow day tomorrow, including the Fayette County Public School System. We have much more to come here on our special coverage of this winter storm. But first, let's take a live look at downtown Lexington from a WKYT Sky Cam. This is from the Herald Leader Building. There's more to come here on WKYT News at 4.